17 stone, 4 pounds, 8 ounces. Oh, that's even, no ounces. Stone, 6'9".
Yo, what's up with the Higgs? Look at his face. What's up with the Higgs? What's up with the Higgs? Hold on, I'm sorry. We're gonna watch the weigh-in. We're gonna talk about the fight, but
18 stone, 6'9" for Dillian Whyte.
not cool. Not cool. Well, at least he stood his ground. He made sure he wasn't, well, security kind of intervened, but TstreeT Controversies is TstreeT Controversy Live. Don't you know here in the United States, we don't have a way to watch this fight? But luckily, starting in September, here in the United States, we are going to have all of these Matchroom cards here on the Zone. There was a little bit of confusion this week. Got a little bit of a, some shit. Got into some shit with the LDBC minions. Got into some shit. Got into some shit with UK fans. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, But nonetheless, like I said, man, like people don't understand. Like, this is upsetting to me that we don't have a network for this fight here in the States. On this channel and my previous channel, Into the Arena, I have been pleading with the boxing gods for a way for us to get seamless access to international boxing here in the States for years. I am a supporter of ESPN Plus. You may say, well, it's your job because you cover the fights. I'm a supporter of that $5 a month because it's like, I get those, like those obscure cards and, you get a lot of boxing content on ESPN Plus. I like the Zone because me personally get the World Boxing Super Series seamlessly and hopefully on demand where you can fast forward and rewind and watch the fights what you want, along with those 32 plus overall Matchroom cards. That's like boxing heaven for me. Showtime picks up, and what they bag with Frank Warren, outside of Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andrade, but Billy Joe Saunders' last fight was on HBO over here. But whatever. The point I'm trying to make is, they've been picking up, Showtime International been picking up Frank Warren cards and shit. So over here, we living in paradise to me. So that $9.99 a month, that $5 a month, that shit don't mean nothing to me yet. You got people saying boycott it. This like, what the fuck? Y'all streaming the fights. Y'all illegally, and then y'all talking shit about how motherfuckers should be like not making this and making this. It's like, what the fuck? You're not even buying the fights. You're not even giving back to the sport. What the fuck? But nonetheless, you know what I looked at? That Dillian Whyte has 247 for his fight against Robert Helenius, 254 against Lucas Brown, and then 258 against Joseph Parker. Now, his Robert Helenius performance, even though it wasn't a very good fight, he clear-cut win, and I thought, Robert Helenius was going to give him some trouble, so no issues there. And wasn't that 247 closest to the lightest he's been in his career? Yeah. The lowest he's been was years ago. It was at 2012, 240, 230. But in recent years, that 247 was pretty low. He was 247 against Joshua, too. But, I just thought I'd point out that, like, for example, he weighed in 258 and a half. Also, Joseph Parker put on some weight since his last fight. But he's usually hovering around that, 240, 245 range. So I'm thinking like this, man. What if Dillian Whyte loses? That kind of puts a little bit of pressure on Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn. It's like, oh, shit, we just lost another spade right there, to try to throw at try to throw at Wilder to be like, yo, we can fight Dillian Whyte in a rematch. That'd be a big rematch. I don't think that they would, even though Higgins and Joseph Parker would push for it, I don't think they will get the Anthony Joshua rematch until they're put in a mandatory spot. You see what I'm saying? But if Dylan Whyte was to win, and especially depending on how he would win, if Anthony Joshua beats Alexander Povetkin, then Joshua versus Dylan Whyte 2 is a very, very big fight for that April the 13th date, 2019 at Wembley, you know? Joshua just signed a new fight deal with our Matchroom, by the way. So what I'm saying is, you know, as fucked up as it may sound, but what if Dylan Whyte loses and then Anthony Joshua goes on and loses? Pray for Eddie. But then again, you know, would you still would Hearn, I guess? I don't know. But I'm really thinking that Joseph Parker, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Joseph Parker is an underrated boxer. His style may not be the most pleasing. That fight against Anthony Joshua was so sweet sciencey. I enjoyed it. I watched it again the other day. So people say it was boring and everything, but I like seeing fights like that. I feel that Billy Joe Saunders versus Demetrius Andrade, even though it's not going to be two powerhouses, it's going to be a chess match. I think that Joseph Parker is an overall better boxer. And with that Anthony Joshua fight, even though he lost that fight, that was his best overall performance, correct? I mean, not overall, even though in a defeat, but skill-wise, you have to understand what I'm saying. Maybe it's just me. I just think that he was boxing beautifully in there, even though he lost the fight clearly. That style wasn't going to win him that fight. But in this case, Dylan Whyte is going to have to really, really apply the pressure. You know, Joseph Parker, they say it all the time. He's never been down. You know, he ain't never been down. Even though it's business and I understand it, you know, I don't like how he did that to Brian Jennings, though. He was supposed to fight Brian Jennings, or in heavy negotiations to fight Brian Jennings here over on ESPN in Atlantic City. Atlantic City is having like some resurgence. In fact, I'm going to be going out to Atlantic City in the middle of the week for the press conference. No, I'm going to be going to that fight, actually. I'm going to be going I'm from Philly. I got to. You know, since I'm moving around and everything, you know, and like healthy and shit, it's no excuse why I'm not like heavily involved in the Philadelphia boxing scene. But no, we on it now. It's a different day. We on it now. You know, so Philly boxing, I'm coming. But I really think Joseph Parker can beat Dylan Whyte. Now I know it's probably gonna go with the narrative. People saying, "Oh, this guy's always hating on UK fighters." Listen, I get it all the time. Listen, they say I hate on fucking Scandinavian fighters. I hate on all Mexican fighters. Well, except Juan Marquez, I can't stand him. You know, he drunk piss. They say I hate on all motherfucking Ghana fighters, Jamaican fighters. Of course, they say, you know, he's a coon. He hate on all the black fighters. So now the narrative, you know, now is, you know, I hate on all UK fighters. You know, listen, I got thick skin. I've been doing this for years. It's nothing new with this shit. You know, I'm used to the fucking shit y'all be saying, you know, so it's going around. Next year, you know, but put it this way, even though I'm speaking highly of Joseph Parker right now, if he was to lose, I'm going to be critical. I'm going to call that shit like it is. So what's going to happen? People are going to say this guy's always hating on oceanic fighters. He was hating on Lucas Brown when Lucas Brown got knocked out. You know, he hating on Joseph Parker. You know, Anthony Mundima, fucking man, though. It's a long, long story. Those them type of fighters I be liking. And I'm a Chavez Jr. fan, too, but I say it with my head held high. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I'm going to be covering this card. It's still a pretty good card. UK fans bitching at his pay-per-view. Joseph Parker's still on pay-per-view over there. That's crazy. He eating over there. You know, Kell Brook was supposed to be on the card. You know, he, pulled out with an injury or something like that. They got Dave Allen on the card, the White Rhino. I'm going to be watching, definitely. I'm going to cover his fight. You know, I do want to see Conor Benn, too, his first time back. Also, you know, they got Derek Chisora versus Carlos Takam. It could be the end of Derek Chisora. So, you know, I mean, Katie Taylor, to me, I don't know. I'm feeling that card. I'm feeling that card. You know, but I'm going to be covering it. We're going to be covering about 3-4 of those. Like I said, I got a lot of fights to cover. So I'm sorry that I haven't been covering boxing lately like I used to in the past. Please understand that, I was in a coma for 3 weeks earlier in this year. Just give you a quick the coma 3 weeks earlier in the year. I had to learn to walk again. Now at this point in time, like, I'm getting my life back on track. You see what I'm saying? So I've been doing a lot of running around and everything, and my life is covering boxing, So I want to get back to it. So trust me, we're getting back on a solid schedule where we're going to be putting out a lot of motherfucking videos. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.